so kind of what we're telling new projects, what I'm telling new projects, and I don't make the decisions, by the way, or I don't decide, but
Yeah.
like generally, I think from the devs and kind of how everyone's approaching new chains, this is how we're kind of viewing it: is that we're asking you guys to provide liquidity, 25 grand. You can get a pool going with like 10 grand. You
Yeah.
probably need like 50 grand in a pool to have like some kind of support
Yeah.
some
Makes sense.
decent volume. Um, Obviously, you can do more if you want,
Yep.
but there's no yield on the pools anymore, and I
Yep.
think we're moving away from providing yield to liquidity pools
Yep.
and just having as protocol owned liquidity. And so we're going to have a portion of the fees go towards uh, back into the pools that's owned by the protocol. So you could start, say, with 25 round pool, but then maybe over time, THORChain, the protocol itself, increases it to 50 to 100 to whatever, right?
Yep. Mm.
Um, but yeah, you'd have to view it kind of like providing liquidity on a sex that is just kind of like a
That's fine.
cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at
Yeah.
least you
Yeah.
still own it. You still control it. You can withdraw
Yep.
it. You just gonna suffer a permanent loss at some point, probably, right?
Yep.
But no one's dumping on you, right? This isn't like
Yeah.
right. So you still own it, control it. So that's one thing. The other one would be the dev time. So, we only have so many devs and they're going to
Yeah.
prioritize,
That's why the
certain
benefit of a transparent address is going to be a lot easier, right? Like, so with your Zcash integration, are you doing it with their shielded address or with their transparent address?
transparent. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah,
Maybe one day we'll do shielded again. I
correct.
think it's just resources, right? Everyone's just
Exactly.
stretched thin,
Right.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah,
so I'm not to say it will never happen, but I think for now it's just going with unshielded. When we have Zcash live, would that make it really like the Firo? You could piggyback off of, like, if
yeah.
we
I
can
mean,
use
like
Zcash, we
especially
can do
Dash,
Firo and that.
Dash,
Yeah.
Dash would be close, very close to us, and Zcash, I guess, would be very close to us as well. I mean,
Okay.
like it's Bitcoin based, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah, UTXOs are generally easier, right? And so,
yeah.
but if your devs can help provide support in that, that obviously helps, right? Um, and then shoot, there was one. So your chain client, your chain daemon. How that's probably the main, honestly, probably one of the bigger things right now from like a cost from THORChain's point of view is each node operator has to run a full daemon, full blockchain of each new
Yeah.
token we add,
It's
right?
not very
And
big. Yeah, yeah,
not very big, won't cost much. Because that's okay.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's the
It's
other.
like you can run it on a $5, $10 VPS. So
Okay,
it's
okay,
yeah, it's not a
yeah.
huge big. Well, yeah,
That
yeah,
that
yeah,
would be the other hang up. Um, those are the 3 variables, and so, um, I believe they're all overcomable, especially for project. If you guys are motivated and you wanna do this and you wanna work with
yeah.
us, I want you to. This is the point of THORChain, is to
So
get
how
people
would we
off
start the
centralized
process? I
exchanges.
mean, obviously,
Yeah.
like go to a forum and talk to your
Well, are you
devs.
in the
Or
dev Discord?
mm,
On the
not
THORChain
yet. Yeah.
dev Discord?
Mm,
Oh,
mm.
yeah, so join
Okay.
that, and, we connected on Telegram, right?
Yes,
Um,
that's right.
I can put you in touch with Star Squid and just make the intro. So Star Squid, he manages all the new chains. So him and
Great.
a few devs, they work on adding new chains.
Mm.
And shout out to you, Star Squid. You're great. He gets from every different direction. When's this chain gonna
Oh, I can
happen? Add that chain,
imagine.
do this. And the
Yeah.
poor guy, like, I'm sure he gets frustrated with all these different requests, but I think him and his team do a good job of juggling them and making the community happy on which, the order we're doing tokens. Um, so yeah, so right now we have our hands full with the exploit.
Yep.
Um, we want to try and get Zcash out there and Monero and Tau and Polkadot. So we kind of have a lot on our plate in the next
Mhm.
month or so.
I guess it's more like
Um,
if there's a reference implementation for Dash or Zcash, we could already
well,
start adopting that, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, well, I'm a kind of a don't ask for permission, beg for forgiveness guy. You can just go. submit a PR. Just
Yeah.
get it going. You start it, right? Like THORChain's permissionless. It's decentralized. Like you don't have to ask for
Yeah,
permission to
but I
do it.
mean,
Just get in there.
yeah, no permission, but you want to make sure there's a
You
good
gotta
chance of
respect it.
getting
Yeah.
approved, right?
Yeah.
Like not,
Yeah.
not like do all that work and like, we're just gonna leave it in PR for 5 years, right? Like
But you're right. You're right. So like that's why I'll introduce you to Star Squid, and then you guys can kind of go back and forth, and he should be able to get a feel for how hard or easy this will be, and
yeah, that'd
then
be great.
that'll help us prioritize, right? Whether it's something we can do.
Amazing.
So
Yeah.
yeah, but I would
You guys also integrating Xano as well or something with their
I
gateway
would love to.
addresses?
There's nothing official. We're gonna have a
Oh,
podcast with them in a few weeks.
cool.
They're coming out with I forget what it's called,
Gateway
but some
addresses.
gateway just yeah, to make it easier for
I see.
dexes. I
Yes,
think
yes.
it was in May this month. I think is it? Are they still on track? Um,
I saw that. I saw some hard fork announcement that they were coming live. So I think it's pretty close. Yeah,
so yeah, I think we're just kind of waiting for them to deliver on that, and then to have that conversation. But like, if it's all up to me, I'm like, yes. As far as I'm concerned, we want THORChain. We want new tokens. We want new communities to join us, especially ones that want to work with us.
yeah,
Because I don't really like, we're trying to replace Binance. And
yeah,
it's not enough. We want to get all the users off of Binance, but I want to get all those tokens off Binance, right? For
yeah,
exactly the reasons you just talked about, getting kicked off and everything. You guys should find the home at THORChain, and we should be. I want to welcome your community and all the communities like you, like all these refugees. Like, come here and get your tokens listed on THORChain, and we're stronger together, right? And this is how network
yeah.
effects build and grow, right? And um, and also too, like we never truly know which token is going to take off. It's as an exchange, we have to be agnostic. And if we start picking and choosing what we think are the winners, we've lost the plot. And Zcash is a
Is
really
there a
good one.
limit? Is there a limit to how
So
many?
the limit is the nodes running each blockchain for each
Right.
token. That's
Mhm,
that's our
mhm,
real limit,
mhm,
because
mhm.
the infrastructure costs just get too big and too
Yeah,
difficult. And then, I should add a fourth thing that we do need some devs keeping an eye on changes to
yeah,
each chain. So if somebody from your team can be involved to help
yeah, yeah. No
THORChain
problem.
keep an eye on things, keep track. Hey, this update's coming. You guys got to do this. That's huge too, because we need that help.
Yeah.
Um, but functionally, technically, I
It's
think it's
like
just
it's the same like with a centralized exchange, right? You have to give them
yeah,
heads up that you're upgrading. Yeah,
yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah. Mm.
So, and I mean, and you guys should be motivated to do that, because if there's a problem with your pool on THORChain, right, that
Yeah,
looks bad on you guys,
obviously.
right? So,
Hmm.
um, no, it's really just mostly the THORChain node operators having to run all of these unique separate daemons. That's the bottleneck, I think. After that, I think it's just politics. Just you know, do we want to? How do we prioritize you compared to everyone else?
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, I've always felt the UTXO type chains, we should just bang them out, get them going. They're easy. They're all, it's, so the other thing is it increases the attack surface a bit, like, from an exploit. If we add your chain, could it be exploited?
hmm,
I think that's always going to be a risk. I don't think it should stop us, because that exploit should be unique to your chain and be
yeah,
isolated to your pool. And especially if it's small, like I think it's just the risk we have to take.
yeah,
Um, Now I might be that's the thing too. The problem with the media, oh, THORChain's been hacked again, exploited, and whatever, right? And it's like, is that something we want to deal with? I'm kind of at the point now where it's like we just,
yeah.
we
Whatever.
just keep going.